Good morning. Today on Spotlight, we continue our interviews with Michigan's U.S. Senate candidates. There are now 5 in total of the major party candidates. Last week, we featured the Democrats. This week, we begin our conversations with the Republicans. We begin with West Michigan physician Dr. Sherry O'Donnell and former Southeast Mid-Michigan Congressman Mike Rogers, who used to be in Washington in the U.S. House of Representatives. Now you want to go back, but you want to go back in the U.S. Senate. Why?
So my wife and I, about, 18 months ago, were having a cup of coffee, and we looked around and said, man, everything looks broken. Washington, D.C. looks broken. Lansing looks broken. The world affairs look broken, ability for people to buy groceries. So we said, sometimes you have enough and the right experience to have an impact. And I thought, I have the right experience to walk in on the first day, no on-the-job training. I don't have to be in awe of the place to get to work on behalf of Michigan families. And my wife and I were talking about it. My aunt's 80th birthday was up in Escanaba, Michigan. Okay. We were driving back. We hit the Mighty Mac Bridge, and my wife says, will you forgive yourself if you don't do this? And I thought, everything at stake, the future of the country, probably not. We should do it.
You have a deep background in law enforcement. How do we make our cities and our schools safer than what they are now?
Focus on areas where there is crime. And what we've seen in the past, if you consolidate some federal resources with local law enforcement resources, and that's not just going after the guys with guns on the streets, which we have to do, and target those individuals with guns who are committing acts of violence in certain cities. When you start taking people off the street that fit that kind of criteria, engaged in criminal activity, threatening violence, using firearms in crimes, you can make a huge difference in those communities. But one thing we have to do is focus on literacy. If you're not reading in the 4th grade, by the 4th grade, you're in trouble. You learn to read by the 3rd grade, you read to learn for the rest of your life. And if you're not in that 4th grade reading element, you're falling behind every single year. I believe that's a major contributing factor to the fact that people feel a little bit hopelessness. We have to reinstate and re-engage people to get their literacy rate up. All these other problems start to work themselves out.
If you're a member of the U.S. Senate, is there one particular thing that you feel you can do from the Senate to help create jobs back here in Michigan?
I've talked to small businesses all across the state, Chuck, and I will tell you this. The regulatory framework that's coming out of Washington, D.C., and Lansing as well, is crushing them. If you make it more expensive to hire someone here in the state of Michigan, guess what? There's a lot of choices out there for companies to move. And there's a lot of growth opportunity outside the state. We need to change all that. The oppressive regulatory regime has to change. We need tax incentives that allow companies to get the government out of the way so that they can grow, hire people, and make their own decisions moving forward. And second to that, Michigan needs to be the manufacturing hub of the world. We still have all of the right architecture to make that happen. I'm going to go after this bit by bit to make sure that Michigan is roaring in manufacturing, and we're going to protect our Michigan auto jobs here. Really, really important for our future.
All right, we need to take a quick little pause for the cause. We'll come right back. We'll talk about maybe rights and foreign affairs. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Do we need a national abortion ban?
I think states are the right place for this to happen. Think about it. This is the hardest, most difficult decision a woman will have to make. Her family is here in Michigan. Her doctors are here in Michigan. Her partner is likely here in Michigan. This is where that decision should be made. And the people of Michigan went to the polls with a majority of the people saying we want abortion legal and we're going to make it a part of the Michigan Constitution. I don't think you want to refederalize this issue. Michigan has made its choice. Michigan citizens get to keep that right. And this is where, and again, I'm not going to go back to Washington, D.C. to undo what the people of Michigan have done here.
Yeah, but certainly with the whole Roe versus Wade and all that being changed, a lot of advocates now say the fact that states are being able to make these decisions is pitting state against state and making it very difficult for women. You agree or disagree?
I don't believe that. So every state is going through what the state of Michigan went through. They're going to make their own decisions. Some states don't want abortion up to the time of birth. Some states want it a little different. Some states want restrictions. Michigan did not. And so what Michigan put into their Michigan Constitution, to me, works for Michigan. Every state is going to find out what works for them. California is different than Michigan. New York is different than Michigan. Michigan people need to decide what's right for Michigan people. This is why you don't want the feds getting into every single issue. And the feds, Washington, D.C. is a long way away from your doctor's office right here in Michigan.
Sure. On foreign affairs, let's take the Mideast first. If you're in the Senate, how will you vote if it comes up for more arms, more military might to Israel?
Well, we have to defend and allow Israel to defend themselves. Not troops, we don't need to be doing that, but we do need to allow them to defend themselves. And this is why, we don't pay attention to foreign affairs, but bad decisions in foreign affairs have real consequences for us here at home. When the Biden administration got elected, they told the Saudis, who were trying to push back on the Houthi rebels in Yemen on their southern border. Remember, the Houthis were firing rockets into Saudi Arabia. We're not going to let you do that anymore. All right, you can't do that with U.S. weapons. That caused a problem. Then the Biden administration took the Houthis off the terrorist list. Then they allowed Iran to sell oil on the market, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, and that turned out to about something like $250 billion. All that money went into Iranian proxies throughout the Middle East, including Hamas, that rearmed, re-upped, and went into Israel on October 7th. I talked to somebody the other day, said this is the highest tempo for these ships and these sailors since World War II, and it's drones and missiles and these boats that are loaded with explosives coming at our U.S. Navy personnel. Oh, by the way, also commercial freight, which is going to cost us all more money. Before that, the Shia militias attacked over 100 times U.S. installations paid for by Iran across the Middle East. They were looking to destabilize. And that's why this Hamas event fed into that notion. You want to be strong so your enemy walks backwards. We don't have that right now.
Do you support America's position as it currently stands in terms of Ukraine?
I do. I thought it was a brilliant suggestion to say, hey, listen, they're going to be a prosperous nation when this is over. So much like the Lend-Lease program, you're going to have to pay us back when this is over. I think that's wholly appropriate. And so you can't let Vladimir Putin run wild. He is already teaming up with China in a whole bunch of ways that concern me for our national security going forward. So you got to keep him in a box. But we do have to find a way to mediate this. This is not going to end on the battlefield. And the sooner we get to that conclusion and get people at the negotiating table, I think the better off we're all going to be. Right now, the Biden plan is to die in place. That's not good for certainly Ukraine. It's not good for Russia. It's not good for the world. It's not good for our NATO partners either.
Do you buy the argument that the re-election of Donald Trump would threaten democracy and threaten civil rights in this country?
I do not. I just absolutely don't. I know that's a talking point for them. It didn't happen in the first go-round. It's not going to. Very rarely do you have a four-year comparison to a four-year comparison of presidency and policies. Your 401k was bigger, your groceries were cheaper, your gas was cheaper, your job prospects were better under a Donald Trump presidency. There wasn't all of this nonsense that they were coming in and taking your rights away. You look at what's happening here. Clearly, there's been just a disaster on the ability for people just to make their paycheck go to the end of the month. That's where I think people are going to make their decision.
Your support from former President Trump, will that make the difference in this primary race against your opponents?
In the primary race, absolutely. It's going to make a difference. I mean, candidly, we were up 20 points when we got the endorsement, and we're probably up another 20 after the endorsement. The Republicans aren't the problem. It's policies that coming out of Washington, D.C. under Democrat control. That's the problem.
Congressman, thanks so much for joining us, and good luck on the campaign trail.
Hey, thanks, Chuck.
And when Spotlight returns, we'll zoom over to St. Joseph, Michigan, and we'll talk to candidate Dr. Sherry O'Donnell. We'll be right back. Dr. Sherry O'Donnell, U.S. Senate candidate here in Michigan. Thank you for joining us today on Spotlight. You're doing well?
I am. Thank you, Chuck. Glad to be on.
It's our pleasure. All right, doctor, say we're at the grocery store and we're in the checkout line together, and you know how fast that moves, and you've got just a really brief period of time to tell me, I just met you, why you want to be in the U.S. Senate. What would you say?
So our nation's going in the wrong way. And as a physician, privately owned, I own my own practice. I understand so many of the things that are impacting our culture. So I stood in New York City during COVID. I understood what was going on then. I am absolutely, we've got to close the border because so much of our culture is downstream of that. We've got to protect our kids. We've got to protect our pocketbook. You're going to see in just a minute, as you're checking out the grocery store, your bill is going to be a whole lot larger than it was.
If you're elected to the U.S. Senate, what would you do from that perch to try to make the economy what you want the economy to be?
Every one of us, whether people think that they're doing well or not, I'm glad there are some that are doing well. The majority are not. I think we need to stop some of this reckless spending that we're doing. DC doesn't know how to rein in some of the spending. I'm not in favor of us spending billions of dollars in the Ukrainian war. I think we need to also stop some of the entitlements. I would absolutely protect Social Security, but we need to protect some of the entitlements that aren't okay. We're taking our taxpayer dollars and spending it recklessly. The Ukrainian war is big. We spend billions of dollars on a war that we have no business funding as far as I'm concerned. So when Ukrainian war broke out, I went. I didn't send our taxpayer dollars, but we sent an additional 8 medical teams there. And we are just spending, while our southern border is wide open, our vets are sleeping on the park benches. That's not okay.
Why do you want to start in the U.S. Senate rather than in a lower elected position? Why start right at the top, and should voters be confident that you're ready for that haul?
So, because I think I am ready for that haul. So I served I ran for Congress the last cycle and got 40% of the vote. My name has gotten out there, but I tend to be at the tip of the helm in so many things that I do. I've been involved with hospital politics, but I've been involved in world politics in so many ways. When you go into a disaster situation, and I've been, like I said, 35 different countries, and I meet with heads of state, I've met with presidents of countries, I've met with ministers of health. I know how that system works. I also know how to get in there, get the job done, and work yourself out of a job very quickly. That's what I plan on doing in the Senate, is taking the skill set that I've acquired and making certain that I get in, get the job done, and get back out.
Do you support a national abortion ban?
We're never going to be able to do a national ban. That Roe versus Wade, when it went back to the states, did become a state issue, but there's never going to be a national ban.
Do you believe it should be up to the states to make that decision?
Currently, it is up to the states. With Roe versus Wade turning it back to the states, it currently is up to the states.
You're comfortable with that?
I am comfortable with it going back to the states, as that's what has been done.
States are very, very different. You'll see one thing in the South, one thing in the North, one thing in the West and East. Doesn't that make it so that women don't know from place to place where they have to go? I mean, they've got to do a tremendous amount of research to figure out, okay, if I'm in a state that doesn't allow it, but I'm now in that position, then now I've got to figure out how to go to another state without perhaps getting prosecuted. Does that make the onus on women who find themselves pregnant?
No, I think it makes it on the woman to know what her rights are within that state, but I also think that's a situation that needs to be discussed between her doctor and she. And I think, the fact that right now, that is what the states decided, almost 2 years ago, that it is a state decided situation. And I think it's important that women know what their rights are within that state. Chuck, as a physician, I'm always to protect life. But as I said, we're never going to be able to make a national ban. And there's no greater violation than a woman being raped or in sexual relationship. And at that point in time, the woman needs to make that tough decision, what's going to be best for her and her future. But I'm always for protecting life.
Yeah. Doctor, On the issue of civil rights, do you feel as though America is backsliding on that issue, or are we right where we need to be as a country?
I think we are backsliding in some ways. What we've seen, I think, over the past couple years is an increase in racism and an increase of things. We need to stand united. No people group should ever be discriminated against. But there's civil rights not only in women's health, that now men are able to participate in women's health, but the disparity sometimes between racism, I think, has just actually gotten worse over the past couple years. 2 years ago, we did the community unity services in my community, and we brought the community together. Together, we're going to be stronger. Together, we're going to regain our power, not only on a statewide and then a national wide, but internationally. When I was in Lebanon after the Turkey and Syria earthquakes, and the pastor that we worked with said, you know, how many billions of people, what's the population in the United States, Doc? And this is the best you've got right now. On an international front, we are losing ground in respect. But so much of that, let's go back to the question of the civil rights. I think it's gotten worse, and I really want to see that repaired.
All right, we need to take a quick little pause for the cause. We'll come right back with some more questions to Dr. O'Donnell. Stay with us.
Thank you.
Doctor, immigration, certainly a hot topic these days. What do you believe the U.S. position should be on immigration?
Chuck, we need to close the border. I've been down to the border. Tom Homan, the former director of ICE underneath Trump, has endorsed me, but I've been at the border at 5 points of location, and it looks a lot like a refugee camp that I've seen overseas. The immigration is such a problem that it's impacting national security, it's impacting our inflation, it's impacting youth, not only with the fentanyl, but they are bringing in other opioid and drugs. They're also bringing in disease. And as a physician, I can absolutely speak to that. They're bringing in TB. TB is higher. They're also bringing in sexually transmitted diseases. The border has to be closed yesteryear. And Reagan said it correctly years ago when he said, any country without a border is no country at all. We've got to close it.
Doctor, how will you make our schools and our communities safer than what they are today? Every time we turn on the news, we're hearing about a shooting in one particular community, and it's all across the U.S.
But your question was kind of twofold. And what would we do in the educational system, empower and the police system? I think so much of the industries right now, there's such overreach of the government, the tyrannical overreach of the government, and mandating what should be done and shouldn't be done. We should let those specialties and those specialists run their own industry in so many ways. But we need to stop with the anger and deal with some of the anger issues. And I think that's a reflection of the inflation. When people are working 2 jobs and trying to make ends meet, and unrest and fear, that is just all balled up into a lot of emotion. And we need to deal with some of those things.
The Mideast is certainly a hot spot. If you were elected to the U.S. Senate, would you be advocating for more military aid to Israel and more aid to Gaza?
We need to support Israel. Gaza and what's happening in the Gaza Strip is a terrorism overtake. I've been in Israel 3 times, and I've seen what Hamas and Hezbollah is capable of doing, but no people should be a result of genocide. Israel is our strongest ally in the Middle East, and I do believe we need to be standing with Israel and making certain that they can put a stop to the terrorism that's going on. Chuck, when I was in Israel, I literally took care of a lady that was beaten to almost death, brought into our clinic because she went back to check on her house after the earthquake to see what was left of her house. And Hezbollah beat her to almost a point of death because she came back to her house. We see that what's happening in Gaza right now is terrorism, and we can't allow terrorism anywhere across the world.
Has politics in America become too partisan? And if you believe it has, how would you work for more bipartisan policies in the U.S. Senate?
I think it has become almost bipolar. The left has gone more left, the right has gone more right. And we do need to be working on those things that can unify, because the people are looking before and unity amongst its leadership. But I think one of the ways in which we would promote that is stop packaging all these bills together. All the omnibus that's in there and the pork that's written in some of the bills. You can't vote on one thing that you believe in because it's packaged with another. When I'm in Senate, I do believe we need to unpackage those bills so that what you're voting on is what you really intend to vote on, and not that you have to vote on this only to get this.
Have you had an opportunity to read the voluminous Project 2025 plan? And if so, would you support it?
There are, once again, there are things within that yes, I would support, things that no, I would not support. There are, and it is voluminous, as you said. It is.
A lot of pages.
It is. I think it's 1,500, or I don't know, too many pages. Too many pages. So no, I've not taken it apart like that, and I would like to. I'm just reading kind of bits and pieces of it, and certain of it, yes, but a lot of it, no. And no, I've not read it in its entirety.
Yeah. Are you concerned that you do not have the support of former President Donald Trump going into this campaign? And is that a plus or a minus?
That's a good question, depending upon which way you look at it. 0 of 7 of Trump's endorsements have won in Michigan. I have the support of the people, glaringly the support of the people. A lot of the counties are coming in and doing endorsements that they've never done before. The Michigan GOP is very broken, but the counties are taking things into their hand and say, we've got to do this. So the fact that I don't have his support, that doesn't alarm me any, because he doesn't vote in Michigan. The people vote in Michigan. Chuck, I've been in 79 of the 83 counties. And as I go from county to county, the people are so encouraged because I'm a fresh start. I'm not a recycled politician. They know that I'm in this for them. It'd be a whole lot easier for me to stay home at night and go to bed in my bed as opposed to being all over the state. I've also stepped away from my medical practice because I believe in this so strong. If there was a stronger candidate, I would get behind that candidate. But there's not, and there's not any that's going to be stronger at bringing forth our Republican platform and support President Trump once in office. Each of my candidates at some point were anti-Trumpers, even Mike Rogers, that's gotten the endorsement from Trump.
Dr. Sherry O'Donnell over on the west side of the state, thank you so much for joining us today on Spotlight. Good luck on the campaign trail.
Thank you so much. Please check out my website and check the plans that I have for so many things, and that's DocSherry2024.com.
All right, very good. Next week, hear from Grand Rapids Republican Justin Amash. We should say, in the interest of fairness, that we did all of the interviews with the Republican candidates before any of them aired, so no one candidate has an advantage over the other. I'm Chuck Stokes. Have a great week.